What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video tutorial on upgrading the RAM in a GE72VR Apache Pro from MSI. Real quick before we get started, I need to do a disclaimer, and that is that you assume all risk when completing this task. If your computer becomes inoperable or you break anything in the process, I will not be held liable for that, and by watching this video, you accept that. Also, make sure that your computer is turned off and that it is unplugged from any power source. If this video helps you, if you could consider subscribing to my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. That's all I ask in return for these tutorials. And also, if it helped you, if you could leave a big thumbs up down below, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's begin right now. Alright, so first things first, we are going to be installing some Ripjaws by G-Skill. It is DDR4 RAM, which is what comes with this computer. You can verify that by, if you still have the sticker on your keyboard, that will show you that it's DDR4 2400 megahertz. This is 260-pin RAM, and the link for the RAM that I am using will be in the description below, and it links to Amazon, where you can also purchase this. So first things first is we have to remove all the screws from the bottom of the panel. Now there is a factory seal. You are going to have to crack the factory seal. So just make sure that you understand that this could void your warranty, especially if you do anything that damages it. So you need to take your time and do this to the best of your ability, and be patient. You don't have to rush. But yeah, remove all the screws completely. If you have a magnetic tip on the screwdriver, it always makes it easier because then the screws will come out with it. And yeah, I'm going to fast forward through this part. And once we get to opening the case, I will rejoin you. Alright, so once you got all the screws out, then go ahead and take a butter knife or a flathead screwdriver, and you're going to work your way around the case. I would suggest, from the video's point of view, left to right, so from the CD player to the other side, and you're just going to slowly pry it up. It is going to be clipped in place along with the screws, and you're going to hear it clicking as you're releasing it. So just take your time on this part and left to right, and then that way you won't damage any of the components as seen on the right hand of the screen. That's where your audio and like your headphones, your mic, and some USB ports are. So you want to make sure you don't mess those up. But once you get the case off, then you're going to move over to the RAM. It's right there in the center of the screen. Those two right there where I'm pointing. You're going to just push those to the side, the clips, and those will pop right out of place. And then you'll put the new ones, you'll take them out of the case, the package, and they only go one way. So if you put them in backwards, they won't even go into place. So very foolproof, but you're just going to slide those into place and then push down, and they should lock in place. We'll wait till I can catch up. There we go. So as you can see, they just slide into place. You push down and they lock back where the original ones were. Right there, locked in place. There you go. They're not popping up, making sure that they're nice and tight. And you want to make sure that your clips are in the secure position and they're not going to be bumped loose. At that point, you're going to replace your case, starting backwards from where you took it off. So starting with the headphones and the USB port side, you're going to pop it in there, and you're going to move your way across to the CD, DVD player side, and then you're going to lock it in place everywhere else before you start putting the screws back in place. Once you go through and get all the screws back in place, they only need to be snug. You don't have to run them home. But once we get to that point, then we will get to starting up the computer. So we will see you when we get there.
Town, we're searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware, keep moving like the scars aren't even there, it's in the air like a blazing flare.
So once you get all the screws replaced, you're going to flip your laptop back over. You do not need to plug it in unless your battery's completely dead. But yeah, you're going to flip it back over and turn it on as normal. And once you do that, you might need to restart your computer a couple times before it recognizes the new RAM. At least in my case, I had to do it twice. But let's see here. Yep, so there we go. It started up just like normal. And yeah, so you're just going to have to maybe restart it twice. You might get lucky and it'll do it in the first shot. If you are getting a black screen, also just try restarting it again. Like I said, you might have to do it a few times to get it to finally go. But once it does, you should be all set. And I will get onto my computer and do the... Alright guys, so once your computer starts with the new RAM in it, you may have to restart the computer a couple times to actually get it to recognize the new RAM. But once you do, go ahead and hit the right click on the start button and go to run, and then type in msconfig. There we go. And press OK. And then you're going to go into boot. So that should be boot. Windows 10. Go to advanced options. And then you're going to want to go over here to maximum memory. Now it shows that it's 0, and yours will probably show that it's 0, or it could also be your previous memory. So if you had 8 gig, it will say 8,000. If you had 16 gig, which comes standard in the GE72VR Apache Pro, at least in the ones that I have seen, set up in the same model number. Just unclick maximum memory, re-click it again, and it should show you what RAM memory you have. And that's going to show 32,000 and something. It might not be 768, but it probably will. So 32 gig. There it is. So you can see that it was installed correctly. Your computer probably wouldn't even be turning on if it wasn't installed correctly. Make sure that the connections are good. And then press OK, press apply, and press OK again. It's going to tell you that you need to restart your computer. So you need to do that. So click restart, and everything should be good. I'm just going to close out of this stuff, and I'm not going to close out of that stuff. So I'm going to restart the computer, and when it opens back up, I will finish this off. Alright guys, so as you can see, I loaded back in. We can verify that because of the time difference down at the bottom, and you gotta just trust me. So yeah, but once again, you need to take your time and do this correctly. I am going to put the disclaimer as in I am not responsible for any damage you cause to your computer. I did this in real time on the RAM part. I know getting onto the computer like we are now was not in real time, but that is how you do it. So just pull the cover off, do everything that I showed you. It's very simple. You just need to take your time. You need to be careful. You need to make sure that the RAM is pushed in all the way, and it can only go one direction. So if it's flipped backwards, it won't even go into the slot. So, and then make sure that it's clicked in those holders, and you should be good to go. Again, though, this is done on your dime. Don't think that if something goes wrong that I will be able to help, because I will not. It's very simple, and all I can say is put your old RAM back in if you are experiencing issues. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for stopping by, and if this video helped you, please hit that like button down below and consider subscribing to my channel for more tutorial tips on computers, and more importantly, to check out Grand Theft Auto 5 with the LSPDFR mod and tutorials on the LSPDFR mod. Hope you have a great rest of your day.